It's really hot out here today, but fortunately I found So today is more a photography day than anything else. No great big adventures, but I thought I'd just show you what I'm using. I got the Sony that I always use, got the 16 to 35 on it at the moment, and this filter on the front is a circular polarizing filter, so you can turn that filter and it will make the sky, the blue sky, darker and take reflections off of water. So that really helps when you've got a bright sunny day like this. It helps darken down that sky so that the sky isn't overexposed and the things down below are dark. It sort of levels out the colours. And to attach that, because it's a 105mm filter, I've got a step-up ring that is attached to the lens. So you can see that there. Right, let's get on and photograph some stuff. Here at the Royal Pavilion, beautiful building, and I would really like to get a nice shot with the clouds moving in the background. It's got some beautiful storm clouds or like dark rain clouds up there, so it'd be really beautiful to sort of take a long exposure shot, have those clouds moving across all blurred, and then this building in the background. There's not many people around here, so I could probably time it so that I don't get any people in the shot, but unfortunately we got all this works here, the little bit where they're redoing the concrete, so that's not going to look so great in the picture, so I'm going to have to reframe this if I want to get this shot. Let's go and have a look around, see what angles we can find. So I've just come around to this side here and I'm on the right hand corner, and I just wanted to take you through what would be in my mind to get the shot from here. So I'll just put it into my sort of perspective and you can see what I'm going to be looking at. So you can see you've got the gardens down here, looks really nice, and then you've got this wall and very ornate staircase just here, and then the profile of the building, the clouds up above. We set up a tripod just here looking at that. I think that would look pretty, but I think we're too side on here. It's neither the corner or the side. We're like, if we're over here we're going to get side on, if we're over there we're going to get more of a 45-degree angle onto it. Right here I think we're at an odd angle, and it stretches out the picture a bit too much from here to here. For me it just looks off balance, so I'm going to walk around to here, and you see everything seems to be moving, like the trees, because they're close to us, seem to be moving around the building, and we've got this little pillar here that is blocking the main entrance. So that, to me, I want to see the doorway in the picture, so I'm just going to keep moving around, and then you can see we've just got this area here where this tree is to the left of the doorway, this is to the right of the doorway, and we have a nicer picture. But to me it still doesn't look right, because we've got this staircase here and that staircase is cut off, so we move it that way, and we stretching out the picture again, so we could go like that, but that just doesn't seem to sit right with me. We go back to the middle. I like that picture, but it just doesn't look good to me, because we're cutting off both staircases. We go to the right here, and the building itself, the entrance is at the front, but now the picture is too heavy on this side, so we're going to have to keep stepping back. So now that we're on the grass, we're probably blocked by these bushes from being in the perfect place, so I'm going to continue to walk around and try and find the shot that looks good to me. But this is just an example of why you have to walk around and check out everything before you set up. So ultimately, the camera is marking exactly where I wanted to take the picture from. So let's look up. This is what we've got. The wide angle lens sees all of this. The garden's here, brings it round, sees that, a little bit of the road, and it cuts out these this obstructive light, and then this one's small enough that it doesn't become a distraction in the picture. And the entranceway at the front here hasn't got any of the pillars or the trees in front of it, so we're going to set up and see what that looks like. So in that time lapse you saw me put on all of these filters, so let's take a little look at what we've got going on here. So at the front here we've got the polarizer. As I said, you can turn it and it will let more or less light in, and that will, you see those blue skies up there? As we adjust for the blue skies, you can see in the camera this goes dark, but if we expose for this, you can see the sky up there is very white. So what that does is balance it out a little bit. And here we've got the graduated filter. So you can see at the top here it's very dark, and at the bottom it's completely clear. So across the middle it blends, so it's dark up here and it gradually goes down until it's white. And what that helps is it helps darken the sky and keep the bottom here clear. And because it's graduated, you don't get a black line. You can get filters that are just black and then they stop and there's a line and there's a clear part. The one that I'm using is graduated, so it starts off dark and just gets lighter and lighter and lighter, and then that way it's a natural progression through the shade. And right at the back here, this little square one you can see popping out here, the corners, that is a big stopper from Lee, and it's a 10 stop filter. What that means is that it lets 10 stops less light into your camera, meaning that I can keep the camera shutter open. At this moment I've got the shutters open for about 30 seconds, 25-30 seconds, and that means that while everything here stays still and we get a beautiful still picture, that sky will continue to move that way and we'll get nice movement in the clouds. So as you can see, I've set up again here because I was walking around the side and I hadn't noticed this beautiful pool of water, and it's absolutely incredible, that mirror image of the sky and the hills in the background. So just chuck the filters on again, got a low setup. Let's see what we got here. You can see the settings, 30 seconds at f8, 100. It says it's overexposed, but it always says that when I use the filters. So that's coming off very, very blue. So what we can do is take the shot again, but put it on a shady white balance. Take the shot, I've got it on a self timer of 2 seconds. and now that's going to be open for 30 seconds. And a bit later, that's what we've got. It's got the beautiful reflections. So also, I'm on about 25 millimeters. I'm about as close as I can get. You see, when we go into 16 millimeters, we really get a lot more sky and a lot more water that really isn't needed. So that's a great thing about the zoom. I can get it exactly where I want it. That to me looks about right. And if we pull it into 35, it just looks like we're focusing on that and there's no other detail. So around here we get a nice bit of hills, nice bit of background, and we get the lily pads in the foreground. I think it's a really nice shot. In case you think this beautiful background music for here was chosen by me, no. That's all Thailand there.